Okay, this has to be a dream. Life could be a dream. This is a dream. I'm dreaming right now. You're not playing with me. Somebody's dreaming. Can't fake me out like that. TV show. You cannot fake me out like that. Not having it. I am not having it. Yeah, that was my reaction. What? This show is insane, yo. Okay, so this was going to be my 109, 110 full reaction, but I decided to stop editing just to make it a final thoughts video. After learning that the show might very well be a one season show for HBO, similar to how Watchmen is. What? What? I was of a different impression watching this show, thinking the writers have a master plan, laid out Easter eggs, from showing Ruby and Christina's care for each other, love for each other, whatever, in that car crash scene, showing Christina saying that she's going to find another way, going over her spell, from the family singing Life Could Be a Dream, hint, hint, wink, wink. Life could be a dream. Are you like... And it all culminates to Letty's comical. To me, it was a comical fall. It felt like, okay, this feels like somebody's dreaming right now. As you know, as Christina put it in the episode, there's an infinite number of ways it can be slightly off. Plus, the show has a time machine. So there's also that. Also, Atticus and Letty are the main stars of the show. I never once thought that they were in jeopardy of dying. The leads don't die until it's the final season. No? But no, to my surprise, it seems that this is a one season show based on the articles I'm reading. And what happened in that 110 finale was the end all be all. And to that I say... So, I don't know. Okay, I feel queer baited. I don't know, a couple issues here. That's one aspect of it. Y'all killed off the dark-skinned black woman, but continuously saved the light-skinned black woman constantly. She was resurrected in episode 2. She was... That's an eyebrow raise. That's an eyebrow raise. What? And what was this seemingly character development to show Ruby's impact on Christina, if not to have that come to fruition in some way? It's just, let me tackle it one by one. Okay, Ruby dying, which I can't believe I'm even saying, like, I can't believe it. Ruby dying at the hands of her lover, who at this point is madly in love with her. For what? Ruby died for what? Why did she deserve to die? Y'all really built up the sexual tension between Ruby and Christina, only to have them finally kiss. Finally, it is happening to me. The fandom is losing their minds. We're all over the place. We're like, yes, finally, for them to kiss. But then for both of them to die by the end of the episode. And can we talk about that poor lighting during that kiss scene? I had to sit through at least 5 straight sex scenes, and y'all couldn't give us Ruby and Christina together in their own skin before shit hits the fan? I mean, that kiss was poorly lit. For my cinematographers out there, Lovecraft gave that scene a practical light, a key light, but no fill light. How dare you? Poor lighting. Anyways, so Ruby dying. In contrast, Montrose, who I was very much jarred by that scene in episode 4 when he did what he did. Montrose gets to walk away after killing a two-spirit intersex character, but Ruby's the one that dies at the end of all of this. America, explain. Okay, another thing. Y'all killed the big bad, which was Lancaster, to me, before the finale. And you were forced to make Christina this big bad in the finale. That's how I see it. The big bad was Lancaster, who should have been killed off in the finale, in my opinion. The way y'all built up Ruby and Christina, my clone ass self thought, oh, we're gonna get in the finale where Ruby is in danger at the hands of Lancaster, and Christina's gonna choose the saving Ruby over attaining her immortality. Yes, I know, that's some clone ass behavior. What was I thinking? That's clown ass mentality right there. Putting on my clone makeup. That's how. Oh my god. As much as Christina was talking about taking Tick's blood, I didn't think y'all would go through with it, especially after she was finding ways around it, going over her spell and expressing that there's infinite ways that this could play out. What was all of that for? No, I don't think she's racist. She's selfish. Her family's racist, yes. Ancestors, yes. She's a self-serving person. Selfish, self-serving person. Her wanting Tick's blood was not because of his race, but because, oh, he's a black man, I'm gonna take blood. No. She was doing it because of his bloodline. I read her character as like a vampire in a vampire love story. Her storyline, and I see it in this way. Maybe this would be a much more. I see it in this way. Her storyline would be no different if this was set around this vampire type of thing. Her motivation would be the same. So that's just a side note on that. I was not in the camp that saw her as that. She has a lot of messed up things about her, but that wasn't one of it. That's my opinion. Side note, y'all needed a better reason for her quest for immortality from me. And this was my idea. I think by episode 8, I had a thought in my head. I'm thinking, maybe they're gonna go this way. But y'all didn't do it. This was the direction I thought the writers would go. I foolishly thought Ruby and Christina would be lovers in a past life, and Ruby was like taken away from Christina in this very dramatic way. She lost the love of her life in this dramatic way, or whatever, throw magic in there, whatever. But she was in search of immortality to get her back. And then she saw, as William, she saw Ruby. She came across Ruby in an image, Ruby in present life, in the 1950s life. And she was obviously like transported back. That my mind was doing that. That's where my thought the storyline was gonna go. Foolishly, yes, clown behavior. Putting on the makeup. Heavy makeup. Right, so she was gonna use it, and she couldn't reveal it to Ruby because of magic reasons. She couldn't reveal that, oh, by the way, we're lovers in a past life. That she was never going to do that. And so she was always intensely looking at Ruby's lips, like looking at Ruby's face, constantly being drawn to Ruby. And she couldn't mention it. And so she was inserted. The whole plan of her gaining this is to gain immortality, and then she would be reunited with the Ruby of the past, and like my mind did all of that. Yes, clown behavior. That did not happen. Okay, another thing with this finale. Why would Christina save Letty in the end, keeping her promise to Ruby? But I'm supposed to believe that Christina just killed Ruby just like that? Sure, Jan. Please. Letty has been saved by Christina, three times now? She resurrected her in episode 2 with her magic. Fitz. After Fitz, I'm never gonna not see him as Fitz, or the character from Ghost. Anyways, after Fitz, after he killed Letty, Christina wasn't, am I mistaken here? Christina was the one that resurrected her with her magic. Isn't that what Christina did? Like, who did that? If it wasn't Christina, somebody let me know in the comment section. Then I'll retract that. But it was because of her protection mark, Christina's protection mark, that Letty was able to walk through Tulsa burning. And now in the finale, the mark comes back up and she's resurrected. She survives again. Letty survives again. I never once thought that Christina's plan would come to fruition, because you showed her approaching the team saying that she would find another way, but they weren't listening to her. And yes, this could be a much longer video, but yes. And the Easter eggs, that's another thing, another aspect I want to get into. The Easter eggs is why I thought, okay, we're going in this direction. The Easter eggs. First Easter egg to me was the car crash. First of all, the whole car crash scene, majority of that scene was more about Christina and Ruby looking at each other with care, and it was less about Titus coming in. He comes in at the end and says, but then he's gone just like that. Majority of that scene is Ruby and Christina driving. It seemed like they were on a date night. Is that me? It seemed like they were on a date night, and were they color coordinating in their outfits? They were smiling in the car. They were having a grand old time. It's like a split second. You kind of see them both smiling before, before it changes. If you look at it real quick, you can see them both smiling. So they seem like they were on a date night. And Christina is flung out of space. I'm gonna use that phrase from a very infamous movie. Christina is flung out of space, and her first concern is Ruby, and she rushes to Ruby's side, and so like, you want me to believe that that person killed Ruby? Sure, Jan. So right, so like that car crash was an Easter egg to me, because it's like, oh, she didn't really kill her, is what that car crash scene showed me. Another Easter egg that I thought that was the most telling was Life Could Be a Dream. That song, which I love. I was singing along in the episode. I was vibing with it. I'm like, I did not realize until the reveal happened that Christina was Ruby. I wasn't aware of, I totally forgot that Ruby doesn't like this song. Side note, Ruby doesn't like this song. Really, Ruby? It's a great song. I completely forgot that Ruby said she didn't like this song. So that should have been a telltale sign that wasn't Ruby in the car. But anyways, the family was singing Life Could Be a Dream, and that speaks for itself. The lyrics speak for itself. This is all a dream. This is a simulation. It's a dream. That's the second Easter egg that I thought was an Easter egg. Another Easter egg to me was, as the video starts here, Letty falling. I don't know, Letty falling from that tower just felt so comical to me. It just felt like, oh shit, what? It felt dreamlike. And of course, she's quickly saved by Christina's protection mark. But that to me just felt comic. It was slightly comical, because I'm like, it was so batshit crazy. It was bananas that it had to be a dream. It just felt that way. So that was another Easter egg to me. And then, as a side note, I don't know if this was an Easter egg, but Christina saying to Ruby that her spell could play out in infinite number of ways, and they could be slightly off, like the results could be slightly off. And I'm just like, I don't know. So to me, all of these were Easter eggs in this one episode, but I guess not. Jeez. So those are my thoughts on the finale. I don't know. I'm sure there's other stuff I'm missing, but to wrap up, I would like to hope, here's the thing, I'll leave you on this. I like to hope that there is a season 2, that this was all a simulation, that this was a dream, you know, like I'm assuming. But I've heard that hope breeds eternal misery, so I'm not gonna hold out hope for that. Episode 10 was just a no for me, dog. Just a no for me. Justice for Ruby. On a more positive note, shout out to Hippolyta. That time travel episode was everything, and I love her character. I'm gonna miss these characters, and as much as I'm annoyed, I'm so annoyed. 7 days later, and I'm just like, I'm still pissed about it. I did appreciate seeing Hippolyta's storyline. We need to see more characters like her on screen. I love to see more Rubies of the world, you know. These were my thoughts on episode 10. Here's to hoping, but not holding out hope. Here's to hoping, but not holding out hope. There we go. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. This is K Basie, and I do reactions to other TV shows. Check out my channel. And I guess that'll be it. I'll see you on my next reaction.